Macky Sall announced a number of measures to protect Senegal's fishing. I want to reassure you that important measures are being taken to reinforce the means at the Navy's disposal so that surveillance of fishing along the coast and in Senegal's territorial waters can be stepped up. These initiatives also freeze fishing licenses for industrial fishing boats that target fish resources along the coast. 12 associations representing hundreds of fishermen spoke with President Macky Sall about the difficulties they face due to unregulated, undeclared, illegal fishing. There is a new wave of illegal fishing, and once we see this in our waters, we know there is big money behind this. Our battle is not directed against other countries or other nations. It is an expression of patriotism to say that our priority is that Senegalese fish must profit the Senegalese. The fishing sector in Senegal is in crisis because of the high number of foreign boats fishing illegally in Senegalese waters. Over the past days, Senegalese patrols have boarded and searched a number of pirate fishing boats.
Reports say government forces in South Sudan are on the verge of launching a new offensive against rebel forces in the town of Bor. Hundreds of civilians are fleeing the area for fear of being caught up in the new government offensive. And DR Congo troops have moved in on positions held by suspected ADF rebels. Government forces use heavy weapons to pound rebels' bases near the Uganda-DR Congo border. We have details of these stories and others in this news roundup.
UNICEF rounded up 33 child soldiers between the ages of 14 and 17 in a rehabilitation center in Bangui, the capital of the Central African Republic. These children were fighting alongside the Seleka rebels. The United Nations estimates there to be around 6,000 children fighting as child soldiers as the crisis in the Central African Republic has become one of the most urgent so far in 2014. The international community must increase its efforts to help these Central African people to restore peace and security as quickly as possible. The European Union organized a donors conference for the Central African Republic in Brussels on Monday. Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni views gays as sick, doesn't believe they should be jailed or executed, so he vowed to block a push by Parliament to impose tough penalties on gays. Museveni refused to approve a controversial bill passed by Parliament last month that would have seen homosexuals jailed for life. Gay and lesbian defenders applauded the decision, but denounced the president's views.
There's some ignorance about the issues, and the words that he used actually further stigmatize.
Democratic Republic of Congo forces continued their attack on Saturday against Ugandan Islamist rebels in the lawless east of the country. Government troops moved in on positions held by ADF rebels who have been based in Congo for years and are seen as a major obstacle to peace. ADF has been blamed for a spate of recent attacks and kidnappings.
The question of whether President Blaise Compaoré should extend his stay in office is dividing opinion in Burkina Faso. Rival groups have held rallies to show support for disapproval of plans by President Compaoré to stand for re-election. But as we hear in this report, the extension can only take place in the event of a constitutional amendment. We have details in this report.
They were there all together, leaders of Burkina Faso's opposition and former loyalists of President Blaise Compaoré, a sight never before seen. All the leaders of the opposition political parties are here. But most importantly, we've had a great surprise because Blaise Compaoré's camp has split up. Here in the capital, Ouagadougou, there's a slogan that unites them all. Bye-bye Compaoré. Over 10,000 people were in the streets of the capital to protest plans to amend the constitution in order to allow the president to run for another term in 2015. Compaoré has been at the helm for 27 years, and many say that's enough. The opposition considers the protest a success. It unites both its members as well as former ruling party heavyweights. But those who remain faithful to the president are also having their point of view heard. At a gathering in Bobo Dioulasso, they called for an amendment of Article 37 of the Constitution in order to allow Compaoré to extend his mandate by another 5 years. If people believe that with him we can make strides, why not modify this amendment and continue? I agree with those who think we should ask the people what they think in a referendum or go through the National Assembly. For the time being, President Compaoré has kept silent on the matter. But some believe the saga has only just begun.
We now take our second break. Welcome back. The registration process is complete, and now the many dozens of groups vying for a place on a trip to Anfield are putting in preparatory efforts ahead of the tournament. The Standard Chartered Bank organized program has now entered a new and more exciting phase. Babukar Sengo tells us more.
Field and gloriously ends with a dream trip to the home of Liverpool Football Club.
You're going to play? Of course I'm going to play. Yeah. I'm part of Standard Chartered Bank. Anything they have, any activities they have, as far as I'm the customer to them, I am involved.
After what was a carefully arranged preparation in mid-November 2013, customers and media partners of Standard Chartered Bank have entered the more crucial phase of the Road to Anfield tournament. Registration for the entry into the five-a-side tournament scheduled for mid-February saw dozens of groups comprising customers of the bank, media partners, and bank officials pen their names for the exciting tournament.
The turnout is great. Many people came, so we're very happy about that, and we're saying thank you to our customers. But about the winning team, I would say the team I am in, we're winning. So the excitement is everywhere. Everybody thinks they're winning. Who doesn't want to go to Liverpool? Who doesn't want to play in the Liverpool field? Who doesn't want to meet the legends? I do. I know you do. Everyone does. So it's a game of win-win, I think, this time around. And everybody's excited. Everybody wants to win. So we'll wait and see it from the 15th of February. We'll know the team.
This partnership is a splendid convergence of business commitment and sporting interest, backed by a loyal following that has seen two institutions built on a formidable road to achieving greater things in sporting and banking world.
First of all, we've seen an increment in our brand awareness and our brand values. We've seen also an increment in people knowing the bank Standard Chartered. In the UK, for example, Standard Chartered is not a local bank. It has a head office there. But because of Liverpool, everybody in the UK now acknowledges the fact that we're doing a good job across the communities. Over in Asia and Africa, where our focus is very strong, we've seen an increment in terms of an awareness of people, and also an increment in customers, which is most importantly for us as well as a business, and also an increment in corporate awareness across countries. In Ghana, for example, and in Gambia, we've had a good commitment with the government. This is something that we really cherish, because it makes us comfortable operating in Gambia, because the government knows what we are doing and knows our value as a corporate entity. That is what we want, and we are happy with that.
For many who turned up for the registration, such as Mudu Conte of Team Senegambia, age isn't an issue here.
I'm very proud of it, to join the Standard Chartered Bank, because these things have been they have been here for a long time, and they are given privilege to each and every Gambians, So I am proud of Standard Chartered Bank, and it will be my pleasure of going to Liverpool for this tournament with my co-players, and I have confidence to my football team, anyway, they will perform very well, and we'll see today that, we will win this final.
If Team Senegambia is to win the dream chance to make it